there are 2 games titled Current. One was released in 2019, the other is this game. Twitch makes that readily apparent because both games have cover art and they list years. On YouTube, neither game lists a year, and they don't show cover art when you're selecting a game in YouTube. So that's unfortunate. But even on top of that, naming your game Current is about the worst possible name you can give your game from a search engine optimization perspective. Because good luck looking for Current and finding this precise game, and not, like, a gazillion other things that aren't even game-related. So, and I saw somebody post about that in the discussion forum, and I was like, yeah, you know what, you've got a good point. But anyway, Current is a peaceful speedrunning game with flowy platforming and extensive movement tech. Only the fastest can earn their place in the Haven. So yeah, this one does show neon white in the relevant section. Also N++. I wouldn't necessarily have thought of that. So, about the game. Accelerate your movement by collecting flow boosts. You've got like a flow meter, apparently. Ride the wind. Master your movement using the environment around you. Alright, so I immediately worry that, like, everything is white or light gray. And I worry that signposting may be an issue. Because just look at how much stuff there is, like, between the foreground and background and stuff. Explore diverse worlds. Each world adds new ways to move. Build your cairn. Obtain stones to earn your place in the Haven. Features: 3 worlds, 30+ levels, 40+ collectibles, circuit mode, a specific mode built for speedrunning, and secrets. Alright, pretty short store page. What do we have in terms of requirements? x64 only. You can have a pretty old processor. This one is actually, like, the same generation but lower spec than mine. 4 gigs memory. A 10 series or higher on the NVIDIA side of things. 2 gigs of available space. Let me see how big the demo is. Demo actually is over 2 gigs, so they're kind of underselling the space you need for this already. Is the demo just the full game, actually? Like, I don't know, but let's jump into it. I will launch it right now. So when you launch it, it gives you options between the demo, the Direct 3D 12 version, and the compatibility mode, which it says in parentheses, only if both options above do not work. But I don't seem to have a problem running it by the default option, so we'll go with that. And this is another Godot engine game. Wait. Do I not have the game window in my list yet? Okay. So as I said, the sound in this might be very quiet. Also, the game is very bright. I don't know what those white flashes were about. Probably unintentional, but maybe avoid those. So, for settings, by the way, I don't think this menu is at all interactable with keyboard or controller. Yeah, what? Are we just passing through clouds? Is that why it keeps flashing white? Like, maybe find a way to, like, find an acceptable camera height to not do that. So you can turn reticle on or off with, like, the world's tiniest switch icon. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm glad I haven't been doing night streams. Like, I'm still doing afternoon streams on the weekend. Hey, Corzidon. This is already the second game of the stream. I was extremely disappointed by the first one. I'm hoping I'll be less disappointed by this one. So you got sensitivity for each axis separately. You've got invert. You really need a bigger, like, either just do like a proper checkbox icon or make the switch icon bigger. You've got controller acceleration and dead zone. There's no mouse acceleration, so I hope there is actually none, and not that you're stuck with it. So the audio options in this game are all at 100%. Can you hear anything? Probably not. The music is very quiet right now. I hope it'll get louder when I actually get into it. So in the video options, we have FOV, which defaults to 75, which sounds low, but you never really know what to expect. Does this actually take effect on this screen? No, it does not. And now the challenge is to stop it at 75 again. Alright, that wasn't too hard. Window mode can be exclusive full screen, windowed, or full screen. So you can enable or disable VSync. This is actually a drop-down. Oh, there's adaptive and there's mailbox. I don't know what mailbox fast VSync is. And then there's max FPS, so you've got a few different choices for that. How is my GPU doing? It's fine. I'm gonna risk putting this at 120 since my monitor supports that. Yeah, that looks like it did affect my GPU, didn't it? Yeah, it went from like 55% to like 80%. I'll keep it at 60 just to not risk destabilizing it for the stream. And then you've got anti-aliasing options. There's no controls in the options, so I guess you're stuck with what they give you. So, that's always sad when there's no controller rebinding. Oh yeah! Well, I was just talking about how another game, how way too many games devs gravitate toward Discord, and this year is a bad year to be continuing to do that. Well, this is one of those too. But they have a separate feedback button. What does the feedback button do? The feedback button brings you to a Google form. Okay. You didn't see that because I'm capturing the game specifically right now. Wait, and then there's there's give us your feedback and there's report a bug. There are two separate Google forms. One for feedback, one for bugs. Interesting. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. I didn't look in detail at the forms. But anyway, let's jump into it. And see. I apologize because my timer in the corner is probably going to be mostly invisible. I should really think about, like, putting some, Alright, I missed all those cues that they just gave, because they appeared for 2 seconds, and then disappeared. I should put, like, an outliner on my timer, though. Alright, tutorial, jump / dash. So, space is jump. The music is still really quiet, isn't it? Let me actually boost my audio a little bit, so that hopefully it's a little bit better. But yeah, I get the sense this is supposed to try to be like a chill, relaxing game. I'm trying to figure out. I don't think there's even any sound associated with your jumps. So your left click is dash. Okay. And it's for a very prolonged and fixed distance. And dash does have a sound, but yeah, this game is super, super quiet. Let me see if I can cheat and make the game louder. Might need to go into... Oh wait, there's a button for raising the maximum volume right there, so I can actually just do that. Hey, you can actually hear it now. I can actually hear it now. What if I go in the back? Okay, I don't think it mattered. Tutorial, wall jump. I'm expecting shift to dash, but left click dashes, so I have to remember that. Alright. Jump and then wall jump. Okay. Do we have a wall run, though, is kind of my question. Can I do that here, too? Yeah, okay, so it doesn't have to... Oh, and you get your dash back. But I think you're limited to one dash in midair. Hold right click to dive. Keep holding right click to slide. Oh boy, this is actually first person Mega Man 8. Jump, jump, slide, slide. I just skipped that platform entirely. Alright. Oh shit. The problem is it moves you diagonally. even needs to slide? Well, that sucked. Also, what's over here? Anything? Nope, guess not. Okay. Can I make that? Absolutely not. Don't do that. Oh, what? I did it too early. Yeah, you gotta really get used to the angles in this. Oh, that was interesting that it kind of did like a Mario run. I took way too long to commit to that in the correct direction. Oh, come on, really? I keep misjudging this. Also, I will say that the slide, or rather the dive lines are kind of annoying. Yep, did that wrong too. Alright, I should probably stop trying to skip platforms. Yeah, and it was saying slide and then jump to clear large gaps, so that does increase your jump distance. Alright, continue to Windhaven. Oh, we're at Windhaven. Got some bobbing platforms in some places. We've got whatever that is, which stands out more than anything else in the entire game. Oh, yeah, this is basically like a collect-a-thon with a hub. What is that? Oh, that filled up my flow meter, except now it's gone again. Does that respawn? That does respawn. Oh, that was the wrong button to use. Well, this is kind of like what if... Wait, that drops out, too. The way that bobs back in is kind of terrifying. Does the dive feel good? It feels good when it works. It feels bad when you misjudge the angle. Because, yeah, it does... It feels awkward, too. It feels really weird how committal the direction of things are. Like, even the dash... It feels like the dash covers so much ground. Boost, not in demo. I don't know what's over there. They haven't really explained flow yet either, but maybe this will explain that. Let's see. Am I really supposed to be able to make that? Yeah, I guess so. That's not gonna work. Yup. Yeah, you basically have to get used to chaining together the slide into the dash. That's not gonna make it either. Yeah, it feels like this. Whoa! I just accidentally did a thing, and I don't know what the hell that was. But I went really fast. Oh, well, I missed that. I needed a dash there. When it works, it looks cool, but feels like it takes more effort to make it work than it should. Oh, I thought I needed to do that. I kind of didn't need to do that. Oh, I overdid that because the dash is so freaking long. Oh, what? Oh, does R restarts? Okay. They never told me that. Also, you can cut the dash with the slide. So that's actually part of the tech. I need to stop dashing there, though. Whoop, I cut it too soon. I shouldn't have dashed there. I shouldn't have dashed there either. The thing is, once you get into, like, the habit of dashing every single time and always chaining it in that order, there are times where you shouldn't do that. And also, like, real talk, they need to have an option to turn off the speed lines and the drop lines. Because there's like an overall vignette almost whenever you use the dash that kind of ends up feeling like a screen flash at the edge. And then there's the dark lines, like the semi-transparent black lines every time you drop. And those are like, I basically learned to tune them out when I tested the game before streaming it. Oh, that was the wrong button. Yeah, the drop lines really stand out. It's like, I can tell I'm going down. I really don't need those lines. All I had to do... Damn, look at how fast... I actually built up a lot of speed there between the flow things that I picked up. Okay, so these are like metals and stuff like neon white. So my best time was, okay, a little over 14. The problem is I need to land. I'm wasting time because I keep splatting into the top of the portal. 9.5 seconds, huh? I don't think I'm getting that. Oh. Yeah, the problem is you're gonna be, in order to gain speed, you're gonna want to dash as much as possible, but then you're gonna overshoot platforms. I should be diving into there. Yeah, that was a little bit better. I'm not gonna go for 9, I think. I mean, is that supposed to be, like, is this your gold? Is there even another hidden one on top of that, the way there is in games like Neon White? I'm trying to remember... Oh yeah, Jetrunners was the other one that came out more recently that felt like it was basically Neon White with a new coat of paint on it. I haven't picked that up yet, but I got a lot of people in here when I checked out the demo for that, actually. Why does that look like a cartoon poop? Yeah, it kind of does. I think they're supposed to be stones or something, though. Alright, so if I return to Windhaven, is it really like... I was hoping it was gonna be, like... Oh yeah, you haven't seen it. Well... Eat shit, Rock. Can I knock these over, too? No. Okay. I was hoping it was gonna be, like, a sequence of courses. Gust. Gust is also in the demo. Okay. Oh, that's what introduces these. Okay. Yeah, good luck. That's a really small platform. Good luck judging that distance properly. I still got the gust sound, but I didn't quite do that correctly. Whoa, that counted as a wall jump. Okay. That was pretty good right off the bat. Yeah, some kind of trajectory preview would definitely help. Is there a ghost replay? No, I don't think there is. Like, that's a thing that Neon White has. I think Jetrunners might have it. What's over here? Kinda looks like there's, like, other stuff. And they did say there's secrets. Good luck landing on this, though. You need a lot of speed to do that. You need a lot of speed and a lot of precision, and that just seems like, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. How is that supposed to work? There's a peach. But yeah, I don't have... Like, the thing is, I'm losing a lot of speed when I do the jumps and the wall jumps. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Whoop, I did that wrong. Yeah, well, I mean, the reason I say ghost is because I've seen other games of this type do it. So, like, yeah, there's potential, but it's basically, like, yeah, there's some original ideas in it, at least in terms of, like... Yeah, there's no way I can get over there like that. Like, the mechanics do feel a little bit original, but they also feel a little bit problematic. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about that. Like, clearly peaches are secrets, which are probably like the gifts in Neon White, or Jetrunner's had something like that too. I can't remember what it was. So, like, it basically is the same formula. Oh, I bonked. That was still better, though, right? Because wasn't I at 12 before? Yeah, old best was 12. So they showed the old best, which is nice. Oh, that almost worked. Oh, come on, dude. I didn't cut it as hard that time. That was almost good enough. Yeah, if I actually cut the corner fully, then it'll be fine. No, that's still not. That was actually worse. Alright, well, let's see what else we can find in here. Yeah, I could do without all the platforms bobbing like that. That seems like, motion sickness waiting to happen. Alright, where are we going next? And they never really explained flow, for that matter. Propel. We've got propel, apparently. Let's try that. Whoa, what was... Wait, what is that? That just, like, makes you go super fast. Or it's a jump pad. Yeah, it immediately makes you jump. What am I doing there? Yeah, so you literally just slide into that, and then you jump. So you have to basically be ready to slide again. Can I just, like, skip over there? I shouldn't be doing that. Where am I supposed to be going? Am I just going around the wrong side of that, basically? Yeah, I should be going this way, probably. There you go. It definitely looked like there was more stuff to do over here at the beginning, though. Ah, jeez. Yeah, like here. That didn't work? I can't believe that doesn't work. Well, I found a tree. Oh, there's even more platforms up there. Jeez. Oh, well, I overshot it. How do you get up there? I have no idea. The thing about, like, the gifts in Neon White and stuff like that is... It was more about, like, noticing where they are, and, like, yeah, there was a bit of a puzzle in terms of, like, reaching them. This, it feels like there's a huge rift between, like, the actual course and figuring out how the hell to reach secret things. Secrets in this seem much more secret than in Neon White. Oh, come on, dude. I don't understand why I can't make that jump. Then I guess... It's not gonna get over there, though. I don't know how you're supposed to get up there. Maybe you're supposed to get up there from later, actually. I mean, this is later, though. And I still don't know how you get up there. I don't freaking know, dude. So, like, this game feels like... This game feels like it's got many more barriers to entry than other games of its type, basically. So this is definitely one of the... Oh, I didn't quite make it. This is one of those where it's like, I want to like it, but... It's kind of not... It's kind of missing the mark. The other thing is, I don't even know... And also the fact that they don't even document the controls, like... Oh, can I go through here, or do I actually need more of those? Oh, well. Okay. And there, yeah, every level has a peach. So the peaches are basically like your gifts in Neon White. Can I actually warp to levels from there? Cool, because I have no fucking idea where this level is. So, yeah, apparently we have, entirely new aesthetics. How am I reaching that platform? I think you need to have, like, you need to make the flow last long enough. That's where flow comes into play. So, like, yeah, what? Oh, does that actually just, like, reset you? Yeah, it sure does. You get caught by that, you just get reset. Oh, really? Is this music actually louder? Seems like this music might actually be louder. So that was immediately good enough for 3 stones. Why is main menu the only option there? Am I oh. Okay, so Haven is here. That brings you back to, yeah, a menu that has level select. Am I supposed to be able to find the rain courses from here? Like, why would they only be on the menu? That seems weird. There's actually a peach in the Haven. There's actually 4 peaches in the Haven. I just noticed the top left. Yeah, I thought that music seemed louder. How the hell am I getting back? Yeah, that's not working. Alright, well, it put me back to where I was and let me keep the peach. So, that's the first peach I've managed to actually get, so there's that. That was weird. I pressed escape once. I swear I pressed it once, but it, like, immediately dismissed. Oh, I hit the wrong button, dude. I can't get enough speed to get up there, dude. I don't know where that might get you to another peach for all I know. Alright, so what if... Oh, that's interesting. This is not in demo, but notice how... Okay, so the peach is on the other side of each thing. I didn't realize that till now. Well, that's not where I wanted to be. Yeah, there's so many things about the mechanics and level design in this that just kind of feel like they fall flat way too easily. That's Gust. I already did that. Yeah, I only see the first 3 levels in here. There's another peach up there. So, like, is the only way to reach the rain levels from the menu? Because that seems kind of silly. Guess I'll do it that way, then. What exactly does that do? I think it just passes me through. Man, that was only good for 2. Oh, god damn it. That was barely good enough for the purple. It would be really funny if those are the not in demo maps. That's a good point. But it's still a limited number of them, right? Because I think the page said there's 30 plus levels. It did say there's 3 worlds, but I think... Is there actually supposed to be a way to, like, visit... Like, Haven is the only thing here. And I wonder if there's supposed to be other things than Haven. I don't know. Yeah, not really sure how that works. But it seems like it's just giving you, like, you know, less than a third of the levels at most. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that feels like a Neon White mechanic. Because Neon White has the running on water makes you faster. Okay, I'll take that. Peach route revealed? Has it always been saying that when I get the purple? Because I never noticed that before. Yeah, it's probably up there, huh? What route was revealed, though? Whoops. Yeah, so when it says route revealed, I have no idea what they're talking about, because I don't see anything. Whoops. And I don't know how I would get higher either. I wasn't even high enough to get that. I'm surprised that didn't get me killed, actually. That was where I started, presumably. That's the end point, actually. Yeah, so the peach is over there. There's, like, nothing here, dude. How? Like, it's very clear that, like, you need to have a ton of speed going to get the peaches. If you don't have enough speed, you're not getting them. So, what I recall from Neon White is the gifts are usually much less about maintaining speed. Like, they're much more about exploration rather than requiring very specific and high-tier execution, whereas this seems like it requires high-tier execution. I'm just gonna go back to the menu. Alright, so that was all three of those, and now Moon is available, so let's look at what those look like and what they add. Oh, so now you really feel like you get flashbanged. I'm guessing that when you're in that, it's like low gravity. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that seems like it's lower gravity. I should not have done that. I wonder if it carries speed better. Yeah, the problem is now that the music is louder, I think it's starting to, like, it might be clipping a little bit, too. I missed that, really? That's not where I was supposed to go. Can I make that? Absolutely not. That's the other thing, is, like, this definitely feels like it lacks signposting at times, especially when it comes to the peaches, which is why when it said peach route revealed, I was like, really? I would like to see where you reveal literally fuck all. I still tried to get that and didn't. Oh, okay, you're supposed to land on top of that. Oh, yeah, that wasn't the part I had a problem with. Yeah, what now? There's nothing there. Yeah, I was better off with the route I was using before. Whoops. I don't... Like, that seems like it's placed in the worst possible spot. Like, you are not going to end up picking that up. I didn't pick that one up either, which is a problem, because I need the speed there. It's still weird to me that, like, the game tutorial doesn't actually explain some mechanics that are very important to understand. Yeah, see, now I'm out of flow again, which is probably why I'm failing that. I probably need to pick up more of it. Like the one that's impossible to pick up because you're never in the right place for it. That I apparently did wrong. Yeah, I don't like that idea. I might have to, like, go out of my way to get both. Yeah, because there's no way I'm getting that. Oh, fuck, I missed that. And, actually, on the subject of, like, how wonky the fast fall is, the dive, Neon White does have a stomp mechanic. But it stomps straight down. Which is a lot more easy to calculate and predict than an arbitrary diagonal. Whoa, I actually got it by accident that time. Good news, you can interrupt your dive. The dash has a fixed distance, which you can interrupt with dive, but otherwise you can't interrupt it. The dive you can interrupt with dash. I am not doing that again. So yeah, I mean, you could say that the skill ceiling on this is way higher. Just for, like, the routing in itself. Because, like, I mean, like, it's unfair to say that the skill ceiling is higher for this than for, like, Neon White or something. Like, Neon White, Jetrunners, all of them have a high skill ceiling if you want to go fast. I guess it's more that, like, this has a higher skill midsection, because in this game, I'm just like, yeah, I have no interest in even trying to bother with, like, the peaches and stuff, whereas, like, in other games of this type that I've played, they're at a reasonable point in the difficulty curve where it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm game, I'll try that. That didn't look like it was gonna work, and now I'm actually too high. And now I'm too slow. Oh, I guess you can, like, abuse it and just do it multiple times, though. Okay, so you get the bounce when you do the wall jump on that. Yeah, it's when you use the jump button, you hear the extra, like, sparkly noise. That doesn't make any sense, dude. Also, my dash somehow doesn't make noise when I'm in the void. Yeah, so you can climb just by wall jumping and dashing repeatedly. So that seems broken. Also, that's probably how I get all the fucking peaches, now that I think about it. I just found out how it's supposed to work. But, like, that feels wrong. That does not feel good. Oh, that was bad. So yeah, this feels very we have Neon White / Jetrunners at home. I probably unfairly described Jetrunners as we have Neon White at home. But no, Jetrunner stands pretty well on its own. This feels very cut rate Neon White Jetrunners. I mean, I do still think that, like, just because of the extreme level of quality of, like, the fact that it's got, like, high-tiered voice acting, a ton of plot, like, nothing's gonna hold a candle to Neon White. It excels on too many levels. Was that any better? Only a little bit. How am I, like, so much slower than they expect you to be? That's weird. Also, I don't even know where the peach is on this level. Oh, that was the wrong button. But yeah, like, this set of levels, like, risks being too floaty. Oh, hang on a second, I wonder. It's also hard to understand how the dash affects your trajectory of, like, yeah, I was gonna see if I can get over there. That's not happening. Because, like, you can, yeah, like, that time I dashed too early, and therefore I didn't make it. Whereas if I wait until later, I do make it. And everything is, like, at such a large, floaty scale that it's hard to judge. Alright, let's just look at the last one. Launch. Okay, how are these at all different from the bubbles before? They kind of seem like the same thing. Except that they're, like, at one fixed point rather than a set... That didn't even do anything. I went through it. What did you want me to do? Why is this suddenly not working at all? Oh, it refreshes your dash. Okay, it is different. I didn't pick up the flow there? I shouldn't have done that so soon. It also makes your dash... Oh, actually, I guess it's blue even here. I'm glad that worked anyway, because, yeah, I've missed multiple flows now. Okay, I'll take it. I haven't been paying attention to the leaderboards on the side, but I'm noticing that I'm, like, above 40th on this, and I wonder how many people just didn't realize there were levels in the menu. Like, I don't know what my position is on here. It would be nice if I could see that without actually replaying the whole course, actually. Like, there's no way to just view the leaderboards, is there? That was almost faster when I cheated, basically. Now I'm 90th there, so that's not that. But yeah, I don't think any of those courses exist here. Now that I know I can do that. What other trouble can I get myself into? Well, I did that wrong. Well, I can get myself on top of these very easily. Yep, there's another peach up there. If I do this... Yeah, it always blows you out the top end. Okay. How am I getting back from there? Will this just warp me back anyway? Yeah, it will. Okay. Oh, right. There's that there. I don't know how that's supposed to help you with anything. Like, that's not even enough momentum to get over there. Hello? That has a real big hitbox, I guess. That's better. Okay, well, there's one right there. So I'm just gonna, yeah. Oh, I need to go higher, though. They fully expect you to... Oh, wait, no, there's a thing right here. That's how you're supposed to get it. Okay. Why is it just, like, on the other side of the wall? That seems kind of obtuse, but... I guess that in itself is supposed to be a secret. Oh, and those are the peaches, actually. Who are you? Yeah. Is that supposed to... I mean... It's at least the peaches I've collected here. The first Windwalkers. I wonder if those were, like, backers or something. Either that or testers. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Apparently we can just sit here. But yeah, I'm wondering if they really expected you to get all of the, Actually, the order of these doesn't even make sense. Like, I wonder if there is actually, like, a payoff for getting all of the quote-unquote gold medals, which I'm probably not getting. Oh. That's not the side I was supposed to hit. Do I know where the peach is in this, too? That was better, but it still wasn't nearly good enough. I don't know if there's anything I can reasonably skip in this. Yeah, I guess maybe. I missed flow there, that's bad. Yeah, that's gonna be slow. That actually wasn't that much slower. Oh, it's so easy to get out of sync. Like, you basically have to always be benefiting from dash speed. Which I wasn't there. Yeah, that's terrible. Alright, I can't do this anymore. I guess people would normally stumble across this when they hit the main menu link, since that goes back there. Is that what circuit is? What is circuit? It's demo circuit. Does that actually go through all the levels in, like, back to back? Because apparently that has unlocked now. Now, does that reset the whole thing? Yeah, it does. If you press reset, you're resetting from the beginning. So yeah, that's just basically a Grand Prix of everything put together. So circuit is just, like, marathon, kind of. Go through the game. Hey, Dead Camper. Sorry, I was, like, glued to things. So I guess I can speak highly of it in terms of that. I got glued into the game. It definitely feels like mechanics are not as well introduced as in other games of this type that I've played. It feels like there is potentially a bigger gulf between just completing the level and getting the gold medal on it, assuming that the gold medal is what was shown there, and that wasn't, like, the equivalent of, like, an ace medal in Neon White, which is another thing that exists. And it seems like getting the secret item in each stage can be a lot more difficult in this than in games like Neon White and Jetrunner. So, like, the difficulty feels like it skews higher even just on, like, straight up front completionism than the other games that I consider to be kind of role models in this genre. Also, again, the sound needs balancing, and it needs to be generally louder, because I had to pump this up to 150%, which is a thing I can do in KDE. If I were in Windows, I would probably be screwed. But It clearly has a vision and knows what it's doing. I feel like signposting suffers in this compared to those other games like Neon White and Jetrunners as well. And that's the thing, is like there are other games in this genre to compare this to that do a better, more balanced job than this. This isn't bad per se, but there are definitely things that feel worse than those games. The dive being one of them. The dive is so error-prone, because it's a very specific diagonal angle, whereas in Neon White you have a stomp. It goes straight down. It's harder to fuck that up. You can still fuck that up, but, like, if you fuck it up, it's because you completely mistimed it. It's not that you miscalculated it and misjudged it based on, like, okay, what's the exact angle this is going to use? Because the exact angle is down. So... It's interesting, and definitely have to give it some credit because I did get kind of absorbed in it there. But yeah, there are other better games that have basically done this already, but this is doing it in like clearly trying to be like a more spread out, free roaming kind of thing too, just in terms of like the amount of distance between platforms. But like I felt like that kind of creates a problem too, especially in like the, what was it, the moon levels or whatever, the third set. So yeah, it feels like this one is a little bit less approachable than those other ones, but it's still hopefully approachable enough to get people interested, I guess.